Hello, everyone. Welcome to Strixhaven. This is our open roster community campaign starring all these lovely people that you see on the screen, featuring members of the Corgi Club. This is an open roster game. Literally anyone can play. All you have to do is join the Discord. If you have any questions, we'll help you out there. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. We want to give a shout out to our Patreons. Because of them, everything that we do here on our channel is possible. You can find more information about what you get for being a Patreon there in the chat. There's also ways that you, our dear viewers, can interact with the stream. You can redeem channel points for free to grant a blessing, which is a reroll or an advantage die to the player of your choice, including me. Or, if you would like to invoke an act of fate every $10.
Love it.
Every $10 guarantees a draw from the deck of many things. We actually have already a card purchased. Thank you so much to Totally Not In Game. I'm going to go ahead and roll a d4 here. All right, Fabian, you get the first card. This will be your first card ever.
Would you like
on
me
our
to?
channel? Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. I think shuffle on. Yep. There you go. Go ahead and draw one card and then. Wait, how do we do this? You're not supposed to see it. Okay, I need everyone to close your eyes. Okay. All right, cool. You can put it down. It's okay.
I don't know what that one is.
It's okay. All right, cool. I saw it. All right. Cool. Listen, this is professional top tier gamer stream, okay?
Yes.
All right. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Please tell us a little bit about who you are, where we can find you, and who you're playing. And we're going to go ahead and start with B Street Holmes.
Hey guys, I'm B Street Holmes. That's how you'll find me on Twitch and on Stella's Discord and on Twitter. I do a stream on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Called Nights of Nerdvana on YouTube, where we talk about nerdy news, video game announcements, comic books, and things in science and tech. And I'm going to be playing Sebastian, who is a Leonin hoping to learn a little bit more about magic.
Excellent. Thank you. My dear Matthew, you have 2 cards. Thank you so much, King Dare and Zombie Fighter 89 for the card draws. All right, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh, you're in trouble.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Oh, this is going to be really cool. Okay. Next, we have Dirge 14th.
Hi, I'm Dirge 14th. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch by the same tag. I stream a lot of games. Right now it's Elden Ring. Too many hours of Elden Ring.
Nice.
But I will be playing Alistair, the reborn undead warlock. And yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. We also have a card draw for Alistair. Please tell me when to stop. Thank you, King Dare.
Stop.
Okay. Cool.
Oh.
That's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah.
Good for who?
Excellent. Next we have Fabian. Please tell us about who you are, where we can find you, but don't worry about your character just yet.
Okay, cool. Hi, I'm Fabian. I've been here before at the Quest mini. I do comics and I also stream TTRPGs. If you want to check those out, you can check out my comics work at Rockets and Pens on Twitter. And if you want to check out me playing as an internet celebrity fuckboy in a City of Mist game, you can check out Going Crit RPG on Twitch. We play every Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Yeah.
Excellent. You also have another card draw.
Okay.
Everyone else, close your eyes.
Okay.
I'm just putting a window over top of the
Okay,
over top of the
cool.
camera.
Thank you so much. This is gonna be interesting, y'all.
No.
Oh, this could be interesting. Okay. Thank you, thank you. And next we have Kaido. Please tell us about who you are, what kind of games that you like to play, what are you excited for, and don't worry about your character just yet.
Okay, so I'm Kaito in the Discord, Roxas in the chat, totally not in game in the donations. And I pretty much am open when it comes to playing games. Only thing I'm really excited for right now is stuff that's been delayed like 28 times. Totally not talking about Digimon Survive.
Ooh.
Also might be talking about Digimon Survive.
Very, very cool. All right. You also have a card draw. It's very simple. All you have to do is tell me when to stop. Thank you so much, Kamedar.
If I just say never stop, does that mean I don't get the card or?
Well, I think it'll mean that you have very sad players in your party because you don't get to play D&D.
Alright, I guess you can stop now.
Okay. Ooh, that's a great card for a first time. All right, I love that. Okay, we are going to start off a little further back than our previous day and time. We see it a few days before pop up on the stream as the screen fades to black. We hear people shuffling around inside of the biblioplex. So you see this grand alabaster building with tall vaulted ceilings, numerous glass panes all throughout, colored and some of them even permanently enchanted with illusions. And as people are shuffling about, some of them performing their first bouts of orientation, we see at the very front of the building, in between the perfectly manicured bushes, is a little stand, and it says information right on the very front of it. There is a very well-dressed, polished goblin currently manning the station. They have an ornate box next to them that they keep opening and looking through and closing it. And you have been standing in line. Before it's your turn to come up, we see Iban?
Yeah, Iban.
Iban. Okay, we see Iban for the very first time. Can you please describe what your character looks like as you're waiting in line?
Iban stands around 5'6". He has medium dark hair, very shiny, tanned skin. On his face, you can see he has a bit of facial tattoos, as well as his arms. You see 3 dots above his left brow, 2 small kind of like V's down his forehead, and 3 lines going down his chin. You see a bunch of tribal like tattoos on his arms and on his fingers. And you see him accompanied by this brown barn owl, who's about like this small, like about like a foot. And he is there wearing a bunch of blue, kind of like linen type of clothing, and very light. Just looking about, his like amber eyes are just like completely different from all of his features, and he's just looking around, waiting his turn, and just like feeding his bird some seeds from time to time.
What kind of disposition does your little companion have?
Hungry.
Hungry. Oh, relatable. Excellent. All right, you see the person in front of you step away from the counter, and it's your turn to come up. As you approach, the goblin turns her big, dark, saucery eyes on you. Hello there! Welcome to Strixhaven!
Oh, hi. This is bigger than I expected.
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. It's even bigger on the inside, some might say. Well, let's get you started. I will need your name.
It's Iban Tanglao. Yeah.
Very good. And you see her open up the little box next to her, and she begins to file through it. And without looking up, she says, "What's the name of your feathered companion with you?"
This one, just Brownie.
Brownie. Oh, what a lovely name. Oh, that's so adorable. Ah, here it is. You see her pull out what looks like a folder, and as she opens it up, you see there is a small card with your picture on it, and it seems to be enchanted with some illusion magic, so it's moving. Very clearly, this is your file. What does Ebon look like in the photo when you took your school photo for the very first time?
He looks as if he's confused, and like one of his eyes, I assume there's a flash. One of his eyes is he's just looking like this, where he's surprised by the flash. Iban clearly is a forest dweller and is new to a lot of things. And when that photo was taken, he definitely was not ready and was not sure what to expect.
I love it. You hear a small giggle come from the attendant, and she begins to move her hand down the page. So this is who you will be rooming with. You seem to be sharing a room with an individual called Echo. This will be your dorm number here, and this is your schedule. And she begins to read it off to you. Can I get you to roll me 3d6, please?
3d6?
Yeah.
Just set that up.
Now, as she's reading it, she says, you will be in magical physiologies. It is mandatory for all first years. And
3 5s.
Oh, okay, excellent. And then, let's see. You will be in Introduction to Archaeomancy, History of Magic and Art, and Beginning Inkomancy. Oh, I suspect that you will need to stock up on quite a bit of ink. These are all very, very study-heavy courses.
Is this enough? And he takes out like a bottle of ink that he like it's just super messy because it looks like he made the pigment himself.
Mm-hmm. You just see her just kind of go like ooh. She leans back. She says, "There's a student store inside the biblioplex. You might want to invest in opening up a student account in there."
Okay. He just looks like he's looking over the shoulder. It's like, okay.
Don't worry. If you have any questions, just ask any of your fellow students or seek out a professor. We are all dying to help you and to introduce you and make you feel comfortable here at Strixhaven.
Okay.
Very good. Next!
Thank you. Before anything, can I get the 3 subjects again?
Yes. So you have Introduction to Archaeomancy, History of Magic and Art, Beginning Inkomancy. I've also put them in the Zoom chat for you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So as you begin to skirt along, we have a little montage of a few other people, and then coming up next is Sulmash. What does Sulmash look like right now as you come up to the info booth?
Right now, he is kind of a darker blue and just medium length, kind of a sky blue kind of hair. Eyes are just glowing purple. 6'1", very slender build.
Excellent. Yeah, so as you're coming up, the goblin looks up to you, kind of having to crane her head as she looks almost heavenwards. Oh, hello there! My! Welcome! May I please have your name? Oh, you're muted?
Muted. Still muted.
Sorry, IRL things.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Sorry. Oh, my age is getting to me. Can I get your name, please?
Yes, my name is Sulmash.
Sulmash, very good. Are you excited for your first day? They begin to slowly pick through the files.
I just kind of zone out a little bit looking at the windows.
Yeah, the windows, as they are moving, enchanted by this magic, this very minor magic, you can see these very illustrious, they're almost like slow motion, as like a wizard is casting a spell, and you see a storm more or less coalescing behind them through the stained glass. It is very beautiful, especially right now in the middle of the day with the sun shining down through it. And she says, "Oh, here you go, Soul Mash." And she sets it in front of you and opens the folder. What does Sulmash look like in their school photo?
In the school photo, Sulmash decided to have a little bit of fun. Went with like a kind of a dark purple skin, just piercing white eyes, hair covering their entire body, looking a little bit like a purple saber-toothed tiger.
Ooh. She kind of cocks her head a little, looks up at you. Is this your file?
It appears to be.
Excellent. Well, here you will find... Oh, it seems that you do not have a roommate yet. But I'm sure that it will get filled up with any late enrollers with the school here. But following, you can see that here is your dorm room and your schedule. You will be put into magical physiologies as it is required of all first years. But you can see here are your other courses. Please go ahead and roll me 3d6. Okay, and you will also be in Arcana Botany for Beginners, beginning Archaeomancy, and History of Magic and Art. If I can so advise you, I would recommend for Arcana Botany to invest in a very, very good set of gloves.
Gloves. Very well then.
Trust me, otherwise you might meet a shocking end. Don't worry, we have a nursing station on the campus if you die.
Die?
Oh, don't worry about it. If someone finds you fast enough, then we'll be able to revive you. No problem. Just don't die in a lonely, dark place. Have a buddy.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, next!
I just walk off wide-eyed, just still pondering the idea of death in a school.
Oh, jeez. That was a very different conversation. All right. So we have a little montage as we see both Ebon and Sulmash beginning to blend into the crowd of the fresh-faced, eager students all throughout the biblioplex. And we have another small scene of Ebon entering their dorm for the very first time. You find that it is pretty Spartan on one side. It hasn't been customized in any way, and you presume that it is yours because on the other side of your room, it has very much been modified in a very personalized way. You can see that on Echo's side of the room, there are pages and pages just plastered over all of the walls that seem to be torn from journals. And you see a mismatch of words and poetry all throughout. Some scribbles here and there. You see some names. You see a few blank pages as well. It doesn't seem to have any cohesive kind of pattern to it, but it is expansive and it more or less takes up it dominates their side of the room.
Okay.
And we have like a small montage here of Ebon like beginning to unpack their belongings and make your side personalized. So what would it look like? What do you want to add to your side of the room?
Ebon is very practical, so if there's a desk, he just puts some of his notebooks down. He's used to like sleeping on like kind of like futons, so like a bed is new to him. And like the most important thing that he really like brought from home is like this kind of like tree branch stand that he places by the window for Brownie to be able to go in and out and catch mice, or just a little perch for Brownie, and like a small like feeding dish that's gonna be there. And you know, he pretty much like has like a bunch of like food that is like wrapped in banana leaves, and just like he puts it there. And yeah, like he feels like he doesn't know, he hasn't had a like a room before. It's always like a shared space between family. So maybe as time goes by, he populates it with things that he actually likes, but for now, like, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we'll actually be like intermittently as episodes go on, just kind of like see what's changed with everyone's rooms as we're experiencing, Wizard College. But excellent. And you happen to find that your room where you're positioned in the building, the light just perfectly hits through the glass and it's just like bathes the area in front of it in this nice warm glow. So it's like the perfect place for a bird to sunbathe.
Yeah, the Brownie just like flies all the way to like the sunbeam that he finds and is just like basks there. I'm like, you're making yourself at home.
And then Brownie goes, ooh.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, and then we see the screen fade to black and we go to Sulmash. Sulmash, as you enter your room, it seems that there is no personalization on either side. So do you want to take left or right?
I'll take the left side.
Okay. As you enter, we have a small montage here of you beginning to unpack your belongings and personalize the space. What have you brought with you? What is the first thing that you want to put into your room here?
I have a bunch of scrolls of random poems, both that I wrote and that other people have wrote that I'm a fan of. I just start hanging some of those up.
Okay.
As well as just a list of things that I hope to get out of attending Strixhaven.
Excellent. Love it. Okay. And as the screen begins to fade to black, we see some words scroll onto the screen that say, now. The group of you, over time, have begun to make friends throughout Strixhaven here. It is impossible to go about and not interact with other students in any capacity. This place is teeming with students of all personalities, of all kinds. Perhaps you're not close friends with some of them, but you do have to tolerate them. You see that there is a flyer being handed out presently as you're making your way through the grounds, and one is more or less shoved into your hand, and it says that, warning, first year students, the magical physiologies exam is coming soon. It will be covering the topic of Slaadi, Slaadi. You will need to find a study group. Meet here. And for the purposes of we have a stream and we have a finite amount of time, you all decide, yeah, you're gonna go to this thing. So, joining your fellow study group peoples, you make your way over to the Fire Jolt Cafe. You are given a private room in the side of the cafe here. The Fire Jolt Cafe is quite a lovely establishment here. In the mid section, we have a bar. We do have the map on the screen here. In the mid section, we have a bar tended to by a very fast-paced and diligent woman as she's kind of busking about, handing out drinks and filling orders. There is a low hum as people are speaking of the events of the day. Some groups of students are gathered around and they are also studying. But you have been taken into a side room here. There's a curtain currently drawn to more or less mask the majority of the din outside. As we are looking here, we see that this very well polished table is just stacked with books and drinks and all sorts of scrolls as you are currently studying for your exam. Can you tell me what Alistair looks like in this setting here in this private room? What's your energy like?
I think Alistair is slightly actually distracted as he's still going from his notes to what he's actually supposed to be doing. So he's a little frantic. He's just going back and forth. He might read something here and then pull out a whole different sheet of paper and start reading it.
Excellent. Could you give us a quick recap of what your character looks like?
Right. Alistair is a brown-skinned human, or human-looking reborn, curly black hair, very short, and he has purple eyes or irises, and he's pretty average body-wise, maybe even fairly stringy. Yeah.
Excellent. Sitting next to Alistair is Sebastian. Can you give us a little recap of what Sebastian looks like and what his energy is in this small but cozy space?
Sebastian is a 7-foot tall lion man, muscle bound and constantly trying not to look terrifying because it's become clear to him the past few weeks that people who aren't used to Leonin are a little bit intimidated by him, and he definitely doesn't want that vibe. He has probably been going over his notes with whichever member of the study group is willing to be patient with him because he has gotten his notes all screwed up. They're talking about Slotty for this exam, but his notes have a bunch of places that say salad. The last unit was on oozes, and so he's got black pudding and ochre jellies in there, and he's like really thought he was in a cooking class, and he's very lost.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. I wish I could hug him. Next to Sebastian, across from Sebastian is Sulmash. What is your energy like at the table?
I'm just very half tuned out, listening to what other people are saying, but just kind of doing my own thing, just scribbling in my notebook on the edges, as one does. And then I look over at Sebastian, seeing him kind of trying to not look intimidating, and I use my shape changer ability to kind of grow to that size.
Okay, yes.
And I'm just like, don't worry, buddy, I got your back.
Oh, that's very nice of you. When I first came here, most of the people I rode with were sort of on my scale, and I thought everyone was going to be this big.
As you say that, you see an attendant for the cafe kind of walking in. This halfling woman, like just a hair above like 2'5" or something, just kind of waddles up, puts a tray of like fresh coffee down, gives you a big smile, and then walks away.
I would say that like as the curtain like slides open to and you can like briefly see out into the rest of the room, Sebastian's like glancing through the curtain like he's looking for something or someone, and then like when it's closed he like returns his attention back to his messed up notes.
Do we notice that?
I mean, he's not
pretty
trying
obvious.
to hide it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess looking back and forth. Looking for something, Sebastian.
Oh, I saw one of my friends out there earlier. He's from the role-playing guild that I joined. I was just trying to see if he was there. And like full-on lion blush.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we have time if you want to go find him.
I should fix my notes, but I might take a break later to go say hi.
Okay, well, let me know. I wouldn't mind changing things up, or I'll be here all night.
When Sebastian says breaks, you see Iban from a wide-eyed kid entering the school. Like in the flashback, you see him now, bags in under his eyes, his hair's tied up, he has like this small plate like integrated to his hair, he has an owl eating on his head while eating the seeds. This feral looking child reaching across the table for coffee. It's like, I don't know if we clearly had never had coffee before he went to school, and now he has. He's like, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. We gotta study. We gotta pass this test. I can't afford to fail this test. And he's just his amber eyes, you see, are like framed by like bloodshot like lines. He's like, it's just, his eyes are just almost protruding out of his head. It's like, what are these notes?
As you say that, the curtain opens up again, and you see art. You see this strapping, very jovial individual come through, and he has in his hand a platter with some bread, some cut cheeses, basically like a charcuterie board. And as he swings in, he looks around. He's like, "Hey guys, I heard that y'all were studying in here. Do you mind if I join? I've brought snacks."
Big lion eyes.
I mean, I have no objections, but I do not eat, so.
Yo,
More
I'm all
for the
about
rest
it.
of us.
Brownie lunges for the charcuterie board.
You find that he's actually really deft. Like, he seems to like anticipate this coming. He just does like a whoop and just kind of slides it out of the way, and you just see like Brownie just like shoot over his shoulder. And
Yeah, and like Brownie just looks back and like,
you see Catarass move quickly to the table, set it down, and he will sit down next to Alistair and Iban at the head of the table. And as he plops down, he looks over the table and the various papers that you have here, and he says, "So how's it going? How do you feel about the exam coming up? Oh, I heard that it's going to be partially multiple choice questions, and then there's going to be a written exam at the very end. So it's going to be a two-parter this time."
I don't mind the multiple choice, but Common's not my first language, so the essay is scaring me a little bit.
Well, I think the trick will be to find a specific subject and focus on that. Put all of your energy into one thing. You have the book, right? I think it's in chapter 4, and you see him like just kind of scoot on over to you. He just kind of, "Excuse me. Ah, yes. Ooh, yeah." It just kind of squeezes between Alistair and Sebastian. He's like looking over your shoulder, and he begins to flip your book for you. And he pulls up the page with Saladi on it.
Oh, those things are terrible.
Yes, they are not very pretty. You see this menacing lizard-like monster just come up on the page here as he flips to it. And he begins to read out loud, his hand kind of scrolling over the page in front of you. "Slotty are aberrations known for their regenerative abilities and magic resistance." So you could just kind of like, study up on that and then call upon that in the essay. Hopefully it's helpful. What do you think?
Do we know what the essay's gonna be about? Or is it just anything you want to write about?
I have no idea. It's going to be about Slotty.
There are different colors of them, right?
Yeah. It says here, green, gray, and death Slotty can shapeshift into small or medium humanoids. That's terrifying.
Absolutely.
I didn't understand that when I thought they were, and then he like abruptly cuts off because he doesn't want to look dumb. When actually, like, relative to this study session, when is the exam?
The exam's gonna be tomorrow.
Okay.
Got it. Last minute study session, as you do in college.
This will be fine.
That's why the flyer said, warning.
Oh, warning.
Warning, you have forgotten an exam. Good luck.
He points at the page again. It says red Slotty can use a gland under one of their claws to implant an egg into a humanoid. The egg eventually becomes a tadpole that bursts from the host's body and transforms into a full-grown blue Slod or a green Slod. The host could cast spells of 3rd level or higher. Wow.
That's good to know, I guess.
Do you think they're gonna make us have to fight one for the exam?
I have only been here for a couple of days, so be that as it may, I have fought a lot of things, so maybe.
Oh,
Is
you see
that
him.
a kind of essay?
No, Sebastian. It is not.
So multiple choice, an essay, and a fight. Okay.
Oh, hold on. I don't actually know if there's a fight or not. I'm just... Maybe.
I don't know. Fight one, eat one. I don't care as long as I have this juice with me. Oh,
You
I
should
can do
probably slow
anything.
down. Maybe slow down on the coffee.
He's
How
already.
many of those have you had?
I lost count. Is it bad? Is it bad?
It's
I'm
bad.
gonna die.
It looks
I
bad.
don't think it's that kind of. I don't think it's that kind of bad, but I learned the spell Spare the Dying if you need me to.
See, we're fine. We're fine then.
Yeah, you see Kataras kind of slide the platter of food closer to you. Maybe something to soak up the caffeine, buddy.
Yeah. And he takes a bit of cheese. He dips it in the coffee and then eats.
I don't think that helps.
I don't know. It tastes pretty fucking good. Oh,
Oh man, even I don't have taste buds, but I know that doesn't taste good.
All right. Well, you know what? You see Katarash just kind of abruptly standing up, just kind of rubbing the back of his head. I think I should let y'all study. You seem to have some pretty good energy going on here. I'm gonna go.
As he's headed out the curtain, Sebastian stands up so abruptly he knocks his chair over and like hustles out of the curtain to talk to Kataras.
Okay. Yeah, he does a thing where he like looks over his shoulder at you, but he doesn't stop. So he walks out and the curtain closes. The camera comes in a little closer. We have like a very dramatic, like kind of like video game style of one person on one side of the screen and the other person on the other side of the screen and
Yeah.
dialogue just at the bottom.
We're all kind of stressed about the test, and there's a lot going on. But it might be nice to relax a little bit after the exam's done.
Yeah.
Would you want to meet up at the Bows End Tavern tomorrow night?
Yeah, that sounds great. I actually need to get a new jar of pickled onions, so that's perfect.
Sebastian gives one of those giant toothy lion grins and goes, "Okay, I should study some more for tomorrow, but I'll see you there," and like hurries back inside.
Yeah, he gives you like the double finger guns, and then he begins to walk off. And as Sebastian returns, he has like this big ass grin on his face.
Yep.
Very
Yep.
nice.
When Sebastian returns, he sees a few pieces of paper stacked on top of his notes. It's like, I noticed that you've been having a hard time, so I copied my notes and I just referenced your notes, and here are some things, make it easier. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe it just like takes a sip of the coffee.
Sebastian, I think it's pretty fair to say you're a little flustered at the moment, right?
Yes.
Okay. As you're kind of like shaking it off and coming in, Ebon's talking to you. You've got thoughts racing. You actually end up forgetting something. You kind of lose something in this particular moment. You have drawn the Fool card. So what that means is that you lose something. It can be a memory, it could be a sense, a bond to someone, a promise you made. More or less, you just kind of let something go. You don't have to decide right now.
Okay.
But you do let go of something. And you kind of like shake it off, and Ebon has pointed out your new notes for you.
All right. Oh, that's very nice. These look a lot better than the ones I had. I don't know what I can give you in exchange.
No. It's fine. Just pass the test. And, that's thanks enough.
Okay.
Dips another piece of cheese in his coffee.
You've got to stop.
As you put this piece of cheese in your mouth to like eat it, you crunch on something a little hard.
I pull it out.
Yeah, as you kind of like break open the cheese, you find that there is something in the cheese. You don't know how it got there, but it appears to be a heart-shaped ruby. You have drawn the gem card.
Ooh!
It looks incredibly valuable.
You see Brownie pecking at it. Stop.
Yeah, just trying to eat it.
I just try like poking through the rest of the cheese to find if there's more.
There is not. It's just a single red ruby.
I pocket it.
Very good. Just as you pocket it, you hear murmurs of excited curiosity rippling through the clusters of students outside, and they slowly begin to rise. And all of a sudden, someone begins to barrel towards the curtain and yanks it open. And you see the most popular guy on campus, who is also the sweetest. You see this very muscular, very well-dressed individual. He smiles at you, beaming, and he says, "Hey guys, something really cool is happening. Listen, it looks like you're studying. I get it. Pretty big deal. Exams tomorrow. But you've got to see this. We found these weird frogs and snuck them into the fireside lounge. We're gonna race them.
Frogs?
Frogs.
Those are like slotty. Maybe this counts as studying?
Yeah. You know, like a, what do you call it? Like a live experience?
I don't think it works that way. In fact, they're probably not related at all.
I mean, they're both amphibians, aren't they?
I don't even think so.
I'm pretty sure Slotty are aberrations.
Yep, not related.
He starts
But-
going through the notes that Eben has given him.
Aberration, amphibian, they both begin with A. Let's go have fun.
Yeah, that makes
the
sense.
sexy fireman.
Yes,
I'm
the
just gonna-
sexy fireman. You see these lustrous locks. They are burning brightly. His eyes, the color of gold. He beams at you, Iban, and says, "You need a break."
Yeah, you see Iban put all of his notes in kind of like a leather binder, put it in his bag, takes off his feeding plate and just pockets the seeds and just runs out.
Yeah, follow me.
Fine. Everyone's going. I'll pack up very slowly and start making.
Oh,
You did say that you needed a break, right?
You are correct. I just don't want to get too carried away in something unrelated.
he begins to
I
lead you. Sorry,
don't
go ahead.
think you know how breaks work.
You may have a point, Sebastian. Let us go.
So you are all kind of ushered towards the back here, and it seems that people are beginning to gather around some frogs. You see that the back of the Fire Jolt Cafe, which is bustling with students, there are people all around. In this particular part, you see that the chairs here have been pushed aside. The air buzzes with excitement and the smell of coffee as you make your way towards the back of the Fire Jolt Cafe and duck into the lounge to witness the scene. Hidden from the view of the barista station, the lounge's central table has been pushed towards the wall and its chairs haphazardly tossed out of the way. In the middle of the room pop 4 unusual frogs. Each one is glowing in vibrant colors, red, blue, violet, orange, and has been outfitted with a tiny costume. You see the red one is wearing a cape, the blue one has suspenders, the violet one has a stylish bow tie, and the orange one has a top hat.
Why did they all have to be so dapper? I love it.
We can't have any frogs with no pants, can we, Haffa?
Oh my god. As you are kind of coming up, you see this young woman. She is in the same silver black as you, showing off that she is also a first year. You see that she has a piece of chalk in her hands and she seems to be drawing lines into the floor here, setting up the racing track. And as you come in, she says, "Hi. This is going to be wild. I really hope that y'all will join us. Do you want to race?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to coach the frogs? So here's the deal. This is how we're going to run the race. The winner gets the winning pot and bragging rights, okay? Look around you. You see, we have an audience. This is going to be remembered among all of the first years here. All right, we're going to need some coaches. You can direct the frog of your choice, or we're going to need some cheerleaders.
Iban clearly sees this student and she's pretty as fuck.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
He just keeps saying yeah because he doesn't really hear anything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you want to coach or cheer?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, pick a frog.
And, he walks towards the frog, but still enamored and I'll just roll a D4 and see which frog he just picks.
Oh man.
He's going for the one with the top hat.
Okay. Yeah. So you're like, yeah, and you like put your hand on the orange one with the top hat, and she's like, yeah, okay. What about the rest of you? You were here first, so you get first dibs.
I guess I'll coach.
Okay. It looks like the red one, the blue one, and the violet one are still open.
I'll take the violet.
All right. So you make your way over to the one with the bow tie. You see that the frog is just radiating, just kind of pulsing this color. And it has these like large eyes that just fixate on you, unblinking.
Can I do an Arcana check to see what's going on with this
Yeah,
frog?
of course. Absolutely.
Strange.
It is very strange. With a 12 Arcana, you can tell this frog is definitely enchanted with something. There is something magical affecting it. What exactly, you can't tell at the moment. It seems harmless. You saw Iban touch the other one and nothing happened to him. And they don't seem to be violent or anything. They're just hanging out.
Interesting. I like kind of poke its head a couple times.
Yeah, you just like poke it and nothing happens.
Odd. Alrighty, well, let's see how this goes.
All right. And then Mina turns to you, Sebastian, and says, do you want to coach or cheer?
I'll coach them, I guess. Are they named?
Nope. We just found them in the garden outside.
Ooh. He'll go over and stand next to the blue and red ones that haven't been picked yet, and like crouch down to get a better look at them. What kind of check to see if he thinks one of them is like in better shape?
You want to see which frog is more muscular? Yeah, absolutely. Roll me a nature check.
Alrighty.
Wow, nat 20.
Wow.
20.
Very good. Okay, that's into a 21. You look between the two, and you see that the one with the cape is obviously going to be a stronger hopper than the one without. With the suspenders. You know those suspenders are absolutely going to hold him back.
And yeah, I think Sebastian will pick the red one.
Okay. Mina gestures over to the blue one, says to Sulmash, you alright with taking this one? Or you can cheerlead. Cheerleading is very important. I'll be cheerleading. I don't know
I'll
which one
coach
yet.
Suspender Frog.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, everyone. Line up your frogs. Give a little inspirational speech here. You know, everyone's watching, everyone's listening. This is your moment to shine. She points over at Iban. Tell us your name! And talk to your frog.
So she's asking my name.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, what? My name's Iban. He places the frog on the table real quick. He takes a lock of his hair. He balls it. He takes the tiny top hat off and puts it underneath that. And he's gonna put it there. He's gonna be like, okay. We're gonna do this. I'm just gonna scare the shit out of you so you can just like run faster. Okay. So he just like places it on the line and like he's just like waiting and ready.
Okay, excellent. You see that like Mina's like waiting and she's like, okay, all right, how about you? Tell us your name and talk to your frog. She points at Alistair.
And I'll like kneel down next to the frog. Can you understand me? And I poke it a couple times.
Just like poke the frog.
Yeah.
It's like you're poking a frog. It's glowing.
I don't honestly see the point of talking to it, but good luck, little buddy, and run fast. I'll do the rest.
Okay. How about you? She gestures over to Sebastian, and as she does, you see Cataras like slide into a chair nearby, crossing his arms over his chest, and he just smiles at you.
Sebastian will scoop up his frog and like hold him up face height. You are a very good frog, and you're going to do very, very well. And I think you're going to impress all of the other frogs with your jumping ability. But remember that you can still be a hero even if you don't win the race. It's just like a really weird, supportive, but not especially encouraging talk.
I love it. So you don't see any response from the frog itself. It just kind of stares at you with this kind of dead look at you. But you see Cataras kind of like lift up a hand and laugh into a fist. And he seems to be quite entertained by this. And Mina starts clapping and says, yes, let's hear it for Sebastian. Woo! Xanther's like clapping, Cataras claps. You see that there are a number of other students here as well. And you see this particular individual kind of sliding into the area. He is very, very well manicured, and you can actually smell his cologne as he enters the intimate space behind the bar here. He has this dashing look about him. He has this perfect hair that is bright red and these piercing blue eyes. You can see that he has a Prismari scarf already like coiled about his neck, though he wears the first year student robes underneath. And he just gives a shrug. I've seen better.
This man's name.
He says,
yeah.
everyone, it is unfortunate that I did not arrive in time to choose such entertainment. But for those of you who do not know who I am Quintilius Antiphian Melanthor III. I will oversee these festivities since I cannot participate at the moment.
Sure thing, Quincy.
You see him kind of like furrow his brows and his mouth does like a wiggling, was looking you up and down. He just huffs, tosses his head, and he leans up against the wall here.
Actually laughs at that.
All right. And then Mina says, okay, how about you? Pointing to Sulmash. Do you have any words to tell your frog? Words of encouragement? Pump up the crowd?
I'm just going to look at my frog and be like, I hope you're hungry, buddy, and then pull out my quill that I use for spellcasting. Y'all are about to see what I've been doing for about a week now.
Ooh.
So I just write on my hand the words, the thing you see is not truly there. I actually just made it from thin air. And I start to concentrate on it, planning to cast prestidigitation to create an illusionary fly to just entice my frog.
Yeah, so you are the only one who gets a reaction out of your frog. You see its eyes get even wider, and you see little tongue just kind of like... You can just snap at the air, obviously doesn't hit anything, and you see it hop towards you. And Mina says, all right, encouragement. All right, I dig it. Okay, let's get everyone lined up. And you see people beginning to like move chairs out of the way as the frogs are beginning to be placed into a line. All right, the mechanics of this race. So for all of our players who are coaches, you can encourage them across the finish line with words, gestures, and other antics. You can urge your frog to victory with a successful DC 12 animal handling check. Encouraging your frog along through different means might help you along the way. I'm gonna need everyone to tell me what you do to try to, like, as we montage this, what are you doing to compel your frog along? And if you want to cheer another frog on, you can absolutely do that as well. Or if you want to heckle a frog. We're going to go ahead and start with Ebon. As they're kind of put in this line here, you see Mina go, ready, set, go! What does Ebon do?
I do two things. I first transform. I disguise myself as a hag. And I try to scare my frog.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And with the hair that I put under his hat, I'm going to telepathically tell him, run, you little bugger. And I'm just going to try to... I know we said animal handling. Can I intimidate this thing?
Absolutely.
It's the same score.
I'm very happy for this. Yes. You can definitely do an intimidation check here.
That one.
That one. Oh my gosh. Okay. Just to let everyone know, thank you, Matihi, for the nat 20s for each player. Each one of our players has a nat 20. You can use this at any time, even after the roll if you want. Basically, it'll guarantee automatic.
Can I use that?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And everyone also has a blessing, which is just a re-roll, if you want to use that instead.
Oh. Yeah, I'll just re-roll.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Go ahead and roll again. And we'll take whatever the first number is.
4.
4. Okay. So describe to me what this looks like as this just utterly fails.
You see, like, Ebon is too distracted, and he wants to impress people, so he turns into a hag, and he just like dances around and tries to like scare this frog, making faces at it. Clearly it is not working, and he's still trying.
Yeah, so as you're doing that, we just see the frog just go like boom, very casually just hopping at its own pace. Okay, all right. Your frog seems to be not progressing very well at the moment. Next to Ebon is Alistair. What are you doing to encourage your frog along?
I'll just look at him, I guess, as he's running. All you have to do is believe, little buddy. Look, you can fly. And I'll cast Mage Hand and just start moving him.
I love that. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh, what does your Mage Hand look like?
Oh, it looks terrible. It's like a skeletal, like ghastly claw that just looks like it has some like decaying spectral flesh on it. It's bad.
Oh my god. Okay.
Nice.
So are you like patting the frog along with this hand, or are you like picking it up and carrying it?
I'm like low to the ground, like he's on a little hoverboard. He's just cruising.
I love that. Okay. I'll say you can use an Arcana check here if you want.
Okay, that's fair. All right, I will use the Arcana.
Okay, 13. Yes.
Can I? I'll use my blessing to roll again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll again, please.
Let's see if there's something higher.
19.
Oh, hey, there.
Very good. Yeah. You see the frog just kind of like skirting along, and it just like passes Ebon's frog very, very quickly. Yeah, you seem to be in the lead at the moment. Sulmash, what are you doing? Are you going to continue using the fly illusion? What would you like to do here?
Absolutely. Just kind of keep it always just a little out of the frog's reach.
Uh-huh. You see the eyes just kind of narrow in determination. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check here.
Nice.
Okay. It's an 8. You do have a reroll.
Let's reroll that.
Okay. Thank you so much, chat, for the rerolls, by the way. 12. Okay.
Not much better, but we'll take it.
12 actually succeeds. So you find that the frog is like boing, boing, slap, 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 boing. It is
Slap.
the tongue just hitting nothing in the air, kind of like slaps itself in the face. It is definitely motivated. It is currently in second place. Sebastian, you see Cataros is like, go Sebastian, in the background.
I feel like he's gonna just keep talking to his frog in a really friendly, soothing way, despite the fact that it has no idea what he's saying. And he's be like, I know that other frog has a fly, but if you get to the fly first, then you can have it instead. So you should hop along. It's just this constant string of like half thought through encouragement in a language the frog does not know.
I love that so much. I think this is going to be an animal handling check.
Okay.
12. That is exactly what you need. Yeah, so surprisingly, you see that your frog begins to catch up and is more or less neck and neck with Sulmash's frog. And you see your frog actually begins to try to go for the fly as well. There's a very dramatic scene as everyone begins to collectively hold their breath as Ebon's frog just like continues to lag behind, and then Alistair's frog crosses the finish line. Everyone throws their hands up in the air. There's a roar of claps, and as the race ends, you see Xanther come up and say, "Hey, nice job!" clapping you on the shoulder.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Everyone starts chanting, "Frog champion! Frog champion! Frog
Okay.
champion! Alistair! Alistair!
This
Alistair!"
is not what I wanted.
Xanther,
Sometimes taking a break can be fun, right?
yeah, aren't
You
you
had
glad you
fun.
took the break?
Yes, I'm glad. As long as everyone else is having fun.
As you say, having fun.
Oh no.
The banjo disappears.
Brown.
The banjo ends with a scratch of a record player.
How are you celebrating your frog win? Do you pick up your frog? What do you want to do with your frog?
Yeah, I'll pick him up and I'll see if he wants to eat a ration.
Yeah. So you hold up your frog here, and you notice all of a sudden its eyes kind of begin to squint, and its tummy actually begins to rumble against your palm. And you just see all of a sudden its mouth opens up and it throws up all over you with this strange, viscous black liquid.
I'm gonna be sick.
Oh no.
And then, almost in tandem, all of the other frogs begin to get sick all at the same time.
Guess he wasn't that hungry after all.
And you see them beginning to warble as they grow in size. You see that their eyes begin to glow red, and the glow about their bodies begins to aggressively shed brilliant light. You see that some of the students begin to scatter, panicking a little bit as the frogs are thrashing about. You see a chair get broken, a glass goes flying. Quintilius immediately runs away.
What a chode.
What a Quincy.
Mina backs up, and you can see that she's beginning to cast a spell. Xanther immediately leaps forward in front of Sulmash, and Catarat begins to pat himself, looking for something as he's backing up here. Go ahead and tell me what your immediate reaction is here as we are going to enter combat.
Take out my whip.
If I have a chance, I would move as far away from the thing as I can. I don't know if I have
Yeah.
time for that.
You
but I
do.
would- Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and move your tokens wherever you will like. You definitely see that.
I don't know if I can get that far.
Yeah, that's fine. You see that people are beginning to scream and run away and in a panic here. And Xanther, like, picks up a serving tray. He's like, "Hey, be careful. What's going on?" Let's enter turn order here. Can I get everyone to select their tokens and then roll some initiative?
Is there time to check what the black ichor is?
I will say not at this moment, but you can definitely do it on your turn in combat if you so please.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 16 on mine.
Okay. Giant. It's your character sheet. We have Ipan. Set 16.
Initiative for me. Ooh, it was 20.
Ooh, very nice. Okay. 20. Oops. And then frog. Frog initiative, go.
Frog boil.
Oh, hey.
Okay. Descending order. Okay. So up front is Sulmash. You see the frogs are beginning to get aggressive here. There's a number of things that you can do. You don't necessarily have to get violent, but violence is always an option. You seem to be the first one to respond. What would you like to do here?
I'm just gonna hide behind my chair right now and wait until something happens.
Okay. Take on a defensive spot. Did you want to like hold an action? If something happens, you want to do something specific?
No. I think right now I'll just kind of wait.
Okay, sounds good. Alistair, it is your turn.
I will immediately enter my. Oh, we did have a long rest since the last time I played.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a couple of days.
Okay. I'm going to immediately go into my form of dread. A black crown will appear above my head, and the shadows will wreath off of my body and my hands. And I will cast Bane on all four of the frogs because I remember that black ichor from something that happened the other day.
Yeah, it does look remarkably familiar. Oh, why aren't these working? Okay, they are all baned. Can you tell us what it looks like as you cast this spell?
There's a sound of almost like something breaking or shattering, and black chains will just wreath around them. Not actually restricting their movement, but causing that debuff to take hold.
Very good. Okay, anything else for you?
No, I'm good.
Okay, excellent. Iban, it is your turn. You can see these spectral, shadowy chains beginning to form around the frogs.
Okay, I'm gonna send Brownie over to the orange frog and give me the help action. And I am going to, from where I am, using my whip. First bonus action, I'm gonna hex it.
Okay.
Then I am going to try to attack it at advantage. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, that absolutely hits.
Okay. So 4 plus my hex damage is 6 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as your whip hits the frog, you see that it begins to throw up more of this weird black liquid, and it shudders a bit. The orange frog loses its hat. The tiny hat falls on the ground.
Not the head.
Anything else for you?
I have 30 feet of movement. First, Brownie is going to fly away, and because he has what is that? Flyby. He doesn't invoke any opportunity attacks. I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 over here.
Okay, sounds good. So-
And Brownie is probably gonna move over here out of the reach. There you go.
Sounds good. Sebastian.
What does Bane do again?
Disadvantage on saving throws and attack rolls.
Oh. Just
Oh
gonna
no,
roughly put
subtract 1d4.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's
it's gonna
again
be a
saving
rough
throws and
day for
attack rolls.
froggies. Sebastian is going to begin with a Leonin roar as he attempts to scare them. So he much like I'm blanking on his name. Xanther is he moved immediately between the frogs and his friends, and he's just as they transform and their eyes start to glow red. So they need to make a wisdom save or become frightened. The DC on that is a 13, and they have that minus D4 to their save.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and roll these in order. Let's see. Wisdom save. This is the red one. This is the blue one, orange one, purple one. Okay. I think the only one that fails is the blue one here.
Mm-hmm.
Right hand. Okay. Yeah, you see it beginning to shake and it trembles where it is. It seems to try to shrink on itself, belly flat against the ground. The others lick their lips as they look at you.
I have to. Sorry.
Oh shit, you're right. Hold on.
Bane only affects 3 of them, not 4.
Okay. That's right. I didn't roll for those. We're gonna go ahead and
Even if they got max, if they lost 4 points, they'd still have a 13 and they'd hit the DC.
okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you see, most of them seem to shrug this off, unfortunately. But the blue one is terrified.
And Sebastian will ready an action to swing his scimitar at any of them if they attack one of his friends.
Okay. Sounds very good. The giant frogs, you see that the blue one immediately tries to flee away from Sebastian. Just begins to like bounce into the cafe here. You hear another roar of screams. You see this red one hop forward and it will try to hit Xanther. So go ahead and make your attack, Sebastian, as your reaction goes off.
I'd like to use my nat 20.
Okay. Do you want to double damage or do you want to roll twice?
Let's double damage.
Okay, so go ahead and make an attack roll and then roll the damage for me. Okay. So it does 8 slashing.
Minimum damage, but it's always fun to do a.
It's a
always
pretty
fun to
sizable
crit.
hit.
Mm.
Yeah, you slash into this frog and it looks like it is bleeding profusely. It does try to hit Xanther. Rolls a 14. Where's your armor class? Oof, that's actually a hit. You see it bite onto Xanther's arm here, and you see that Xanther's unable to pull his arm free. It's like, hey, oh no, ow, ow. Quit it.
Quit it. Stop that.
Stop.
The orange one's going to try to hit you, Sebastian. Oh, that's a 22. That probably hits you. And the very same thing happens
Yep.
to you. You take 5 piercing damage here. Iban, you see this purple frog boing towards you, and it's going to try to hit you. Wow. It rolled a 22. That was almost a nat 20. And you take 4 piercing damage as you are also grappled. This giant frog mouth just on your arm. Okay, Alistair, it is your turn.
Okay. So because I messed up earlier. Oh.
Is it not my turn?
You are at the top. Oh, sorry. Wait, why
Oh,
are
yeah.
you on here twice? Oh, that's the old one. Okay, sorry. I had you on the turn order from last episode. It is Sulmash's turn. I deeply apologize for that.
All good.
Okay, so now that these things have gotten violent, it's time to actually do something here.
Yeah.
And I totally know what I'm going to do. Hang on. I am going to cast Firebolt by writing on my blade. The tiniest flicker of flame begins to move up from hilt to blade, giving me the time to point to an enemy before it flies across the room. And then I just point at the red one.
Excellent. Yeah, go ahead and roll me an attack roll. Armor class is 11.
Okay.
Ooh, that is an 8. You do have a nat 20 left if you want to use that.
You know what? I might as well use it before I forget about it.
Okay. So do you want to do double damage or do you want to roll twice?
We will just double damage.
Okay. In the chat, yep, go ahead. Awesome. So do 18 damage. Very nice. Tell me what this looks like. Do you want to do this lethally or non-lethally?
I mean, that's up to the fire, ain't it?
Okay. Tell me what this looks like.
So just the very base of my blade begins to glow like an orangish reddish color as it goes up to the tip of the blade, and I just point at the red frog and just say, "You shouldn't have won." Oh wait, it didn't win, did it?
No.
This is what you get for losing then.
Oh my god.
Oh. You hear
And I
sad.
I just point my blade at it as the flame flies across.
Excellent. As it gets wreathed in fire here, you see that it begins to shrink in size, and it no longer has a glow about it. Anything else on your turn?
No.
Okay.
Apparently, I do not have any bonus actions.
We are level 1. Alistair.
Right. So, for the sake of messing up earlier, the Bane will just be on these 3 that are left.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah.
And I will just lob a Eldritch Blast at the blue one.
Okay. Yeah, you can see that it is trying to flee away from Sebastian. Great terror in its big frog eyes.
It rolled a hit.
Wow, that is a nat 20.
Oh, okay.
Very, very good. 26 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll my damage.
Damage. Okay. 10 points of force damage.
Oh, jeez.
Or necrotic damage.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, you see the frog take this massive blow and it stops it in its tracks, and it seems to be a little concussed here as it reels. You see like little stars floating above its head.
It also needs to make a DC 14 wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom. It rolled a 14.
Oh, it's passed. It's not afraid of me.
Oh. This poor frog. Anything else?
So weird.
Yeah.
Strange.
The frog would just be petrified into place. It would start digging.
Going down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to
Anything
hop
else?
up the wall just anything at this point.
Yeah. It's like 3D space.
No, I'm good. I'm all
Okay.
good.
Iban, it is your turn.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna second wind.
Okay.
Oh,
What
it's
is
a full
this?
10.
What does this look like as you second wind?
He still has the cup of coffee. He just like chugs it. He chugs it and he smashes the glass on the floor.
I love it.
So I'm back to full.
Okay.
and he is going to he's gonna give this frog the death stare because I'm grappled, right?
Yes, you are grappled.
He's gonna give this frog the death stare, and I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame, so it needs to make a DC. What is the DC for this? 13 dexterity save.
Okay. I rolled a 13.
With Bane.
No. Oh shit, you're right. I also should roll a Bane for. Okay, so the blue one is scared because it is Baned, Alistair.
Oh. Oh, okay,
yeah. So you see the frog just like beginning to crawl, like claw at the wall here. So yeah, tell me what this looks like, Iban, as the sacred flame goes off.
You see Iban's like amber eyes become more yellow, and you see flame start to erupt on this frog, and that is gonna be 5 points of radiant damage.
Very nice. Yeah, you see, like its skin begins to bubble as it takes the radiant damage and kind of warbles. Anything else for you?
I can't really move, but I am going to. I'm going to fly Brownie to Mina.
Okay.
Because Brownie and I have the same mindset. And just like fly in front of her.
Okay, yeah, you see Mina is currently like, she has her body over another student, like trying to like hover protectively over them as they're hunkered down in the corner here. And she's like, oh, hello. All right. Sebastian, it is your turn.
Sebastian is going to attack the one in front of him.
Okay. 14's a hit.
All right.
Wow, very good hit.
5 damage.
5 damage. You see that the frog in front of you is bleeding profusely now. It definitely doesn't look like it could take another one of those hits.
I don't have anywhere really to move, and the roar thing is the only bonus action I have. So I think Sebastian just spends most of his time going, I'm sorry, Froggy, you shouldn't have bit me. I'm sorry, Froggy. As he like hits this, as he does battle with this little frog. Also of note, at the end of Sebastian's turn, the fear effect ends on the blue frog.
Okay. Sounds good. So as your turn ends, you see the blue frog beginning to focus more on Alistair and trying to get away from Alistair. It goes boing, boing.
Attack of opportunity because I have a whip.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
There you go.
We love reach weapons.
It's a natural one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Did you use your nat 20? I think you still have your nat 20.
I'm saving that.
Okay. Yeah. So describe to me how you try.
Because I'm grappled, I just like whiff it. I try to whip it with my non-dominant hand.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm not used to it, instead of like that hard whipping sound, it doesn't even crack. It's like.
I love it. Okay. Yeah, so it comes up and it tries to hit Mina. Rolled an 8 and it fails. You see Mina just kind of like, she lifts up a foot and she just kicks it in the face and just kind of blunts it away. The one that's on you, Sebastian, it will try to munch on you again. It rolled a 9.
No.
Okay. That's their turn. Sulmash, it is your turn.
What about the one on me?
Oh, yes. It's hungry. It wants to eat you. 13?
13 is my armor class, but it has a negative D4 to attack still from Bane.
Yeah, so
fucking love
11.
Bane.
Bane is so good. It is so good. Okay.
So with an 11, it misses.
Absolutely. It like its mouth, it's like gumming you, right? Because it's still got its hold on you. You just feel the tongue just like.
I'm just like holding it at bay, like at the neck.
Yeah, you're like shaking it and it's like just on your arm. I love it. Okay, Sulmash, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm looking at Yvonne over here, just getting munched on by something that looks rather healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and make it look less healthy with a ray of sickness.
Ooh. Okay.
And I will close my eyes, concentrating how I want this to work out, and write on my blade, an olive green flow consumes my blade, waiting for a target before shooting out at the unfortunate soul, resulting in a poisonous look crossing their face, consuming the weak-willed.
Intense. I like it. Okay. It will make a constitution save here. It rolls an 18. Wow, 14 poison damage? That's intense. It does roll an 18. Is it half damage or no damage?
Make a ranged spell on a hit. The target takes 2d8. So it did hit with the 15. And then on a save, it just isn't poisoned.
Okay, very good. So it does take the 14 damage. And this was the purple one you said?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what this looks like.
So just the room glows an olive green color because that's the sickest green color I can think of. I don't like olive green. Nasty color. And then just a beam shoots from the tip of the blade over to the frog, and the frog just turns a different shade of green as it dies.
Oh wait, I have something for this. Blah! Wait, did you
It's-
see that?
Yes, we did.
Nice.
Oh, it didn't show up on stream. Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's fine. That was for my players. You're welcome. All right, yeah, the frog immediately just kind of slops off of you, Ebon, and in a dull thud hits the ground. And as it does, it begins to like shrivel on itself. As it begins to shrink, you see that the glow subsides. Anything else for you, Sulmash? Do you want to move or anything?
No, I got
A little bit of cover here, I think.
Okay, excellent. Alistair, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to fire a Eldritch Blast at the blue frog.
Okay.
Be a first line of duty.
25 is absolutely a hit.
Oh man. All right. Yeah.
Tell me
Nice.
what this looks like. So you do 10 points of force damage.
Just the purple mote is going to be appears in my hand, surrounded by the wreathing shadows, and it just lobs itself straight into the back of the frog and just envelops it in that purple flame.
Well, yeah, as the purple flame just crackles around it, you see it also beginning to shrink down and the glow subsides as well. And you see Mina just kind of like, she's just hugging the other student and just exhales and slumps against the wall.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Anything else for you?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Ebon, it is your turn.
Brownie is gonna fly to the orange one and give me the help action.
Okay.
If I switch weapons, is that an action or a bonus?
Nah, it's free. It's fine.
Okay, I'm just gonna switch to my scimitar and hit the orange one.
Okay. Armor class 11.
Okay. I forgot to put advantage, so I need to roll again.
Fine.
Okay, that's better. 17.
That's a hit.
And so that's 6 points of damage.
Tell me what this looks like.
He runs over, he jumps on the couch that's there, and he just like Spartan kills this thing with like a stab downward.
Excellent. As the last frog is taken out, you hear a hush kind of washing over the area around you. Xanther, with the serving tray in his hand, was like mostly using it as a shield. He slumps down into an armchair nearby. You see Cataras here has been trying to find some kind of weapon. You hear him say, "Fuck. I know I had it here somewhere. And as he looks up, he's like, oh, it's over. Is everyone okay?
I'm
I'm
alright.
shooing Brownie from trying to eat the dead frogs. No.
Yeah,
Um,
you're like, you see like you're like doing like a little tug of war of the frog in his mouth. Yeah. You pull it free.
Cool.
Sebastian will turn to Xanther and be like, "You fought really well, and you helped keep everybody safe. You did a very good job." And casts a healing word.
4.
4 healing.
Very good. Tell us what your spell looks like.
I don't think it looks like a whole lot. But as he's saying this word, the healing word, if you were looking really closely, there are little trickles of silver in the air as he's saying this that wash over Xanther.
Yeah, and you see that the frog teeth marks on his arm begin to magically sew up, and he says, "Thanks, Sebastian. I really appreciate that. Wow, I was not expecting that to happen. I thought that we were gonna have a nice little race here. Damn.
The race was nice. The victory celebration wasn't.
No, it was not. Is everyone
No,
else
that-
okay?"
Yeah, I'll manage. Just I'll grab the crown off of my head, and as I pull it, it'll just shatter, and I'll drop the form of dread. We've seen something like this before. Is there ooze on the ground still? I'm sure it's all over me still.
It's all over you. It is all over the couches, the floor. It has definitely obscured some of the chalk lines that are on the floor here.
This happened in the lobby or whatever. It was a mimic that was excreting the same ooze.
Mina steps forward. She's like brushing herself off and she says, "I heard about that. You were there?"
Yeah, I was unfortunately a part of that.
Oh. She looks over at Yvonne and says, "Thanks for sending your bird over."
Okay, you are. I mean, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, and he slips on like the ichor.
Ew.
Fuck.
Roll me a
And-
dex save.
Oh, I'm gonna fail it. I'm just
Okay,
I'm gonna beef it.
Oh god, it's all over you now. It's so gross. It smells actually a little sweet.
Okay, I'm gonna take this chance to, if I can make a nature check to see what it is.
Yeah, you're up close and personal. Absolutely. Yeah, god, some of it even goes in your mouth. Do this at advantage.
Advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
It's an 11.
Okay, even with an 11, you taste that it's sweet and you're able to surmise, oh, the frogs probably ate this because it was kind of sweet. It's really hard to tell what it is. You've literally never tasted this before. It seems like it's mostly oil-based.
Okay.
Perhaps maybe some kind of potion or something. Like, it's definitely not water.
If I can probably take like some samples in
Yeah.
like a vial or anything.
Yeah,
If
there's
there's
a
any.
lot of it around. Absolutely.
I'm just gonna
Take
take
your
like at
coffee
least
cup.
a vial. Oh, well, I smashed it on the ground when I.
No coffee cup. Yeah.
But yeah. It's not gonna lie. It kind of tastes pretty rad, but it was in a frog and.
It's disgusting.
You see Brownie seeing me gag is also kind of like
Oh no.
Xanther like comes over to help you up and he's like, "Hey, maybe we should get out of here before we get into trouble. I think we should probably split."
Wait, should we not have been doing this?
We had to sneak the frogs in. I don't think that, Miss Tanglewood would appreciate us being back here doing all this. I'm sure once they're done fleeing in terror, they're probably going to be heading over this way. And I don't know about you, but I don't really want detention right before an exam.
Agreed.
That doesn't sound good.
Can I at least take the coffee?
What can we do about Yvonne over there? He kind of has some evidence on him.
Look, I'll create a distraction, and you can just slip out. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
I have no complaints.
All right. Cataras, can you back me up, wingman? And then you see Cataras, kind of looking a bit embarrassed, kind of hiding behind one of the couches. He's like, yeah, I'll help you. And they both begin to make their way over to the bar. Is there anything that y'all would like to do before you try sneaking out?
Can I take some of the ichor with me?
Yeah, so we can go ahead and say that each person, every single player can have 1 vial of black liquid added to your inventory.
I might have some already, but I didn't remember.
Yeah, I think you have 2 now.
Okay.
And as you kind of compare them, you can tell immediately it is the exact same substance.
All right.
All right, can I get stealth checks from everyone?
Sure.
Oh boy.
Ooh, that's a 9 from Sebastian, 8 from Sulmash, 14 from Alistair.
And for me.
I'm gonna use my knowledge of the past life to roll a d6.
Okay.
Oh, it's a 6. It didn't pop up in D&D.
Okay. So that's going to be a dirty 20 for Alistair. And Yvonne, what's your stealth check?
Oh, that was a 10. Sorry.
10? Okay. Yeah, so as the group of you are trying to, like, you surreptitiously make your way out of here, just kind of, one of you kind of like slips a little bit, and it is definitely not an elegant exit, but with the help of Xanther and Cataras, you are able to make it out no problem.
Hey Stella, you remember how Sebastian forgot something?
Yes?
He forgets to go back for his notes.
Oh!
Ooh.
So as we see this like cinematic scene of everyone just creeping out of the Fire Jolt Cafe, the camera slowly pans back over into that cozy little room, and we see the notes that Yvonne has written for Sebastian and all of Sebastian's previous notes just sitting there by
That's
the candlelight.
so good.
I love that.
That was incredible use of that.
And as the camera begins to fade to black, we will take a quick break. We will be back in about 5 minutes. Please join us in doing a stretch, grabbing some water, grabbing a snack, and we will be back soon. We're back. So as the screen begins to come back into view, we see everyone has more or less went their separate ways in order to evade getting caught and pulled into trouble. Iban, as you are making your way back perhaps to your dorm, you are stopped by Mina along the way. Mina is panting and kind of like, wait, running after you, trying to catch up. You're so fast. Hey, you.
Yeah.
I don't remember your name.
It's Iban.
Right. Hi. Okay. I'm glad I got your attention. Hey. You did some really cool stuff back there. I really appreciate you giving me that hand, or a wing bird.
Yeah, of course. And as I take credit for it, you see Brownie just peck me hard on the head. Yeah.
See her like giggle a bit, and all of a sudden, she pulls out a notebook, and you see a magical quill just kind of coalesce into existence. And she says, if you don't mind, I would love to take a few notes here, maybe have you answer some questions.
Sure.
Okay. So, my name is Mina Lee. I work for the Strixhaven Star. I am an investigative journalist, and I would love to report what happened since I had a first, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I grew up in a forest. I lived with family. It was really nice. And then, weird things happen. So like I seeked out the school, and I'm here to learn more about Feywild and stuff like that.
Oh, Feywild. All right.
Yeah.
You hear like a long as the quill like underlines Feywild. Okay. Well, I've actually got a few more questions about where you're from and what your interests are here at Strixhaven. And we'll see the screen slowly fade to black as you kind of have this conversation with her. Just a bunch of small talk, and she's basically running background on you. And by the end of it, she says, putting the notebook away, "Hey, I really appreciate you giving me some of your time." And you're like just standing here still covered in the black oily substance. And she's like, I feel like I should buy you a coffee or something.
Coffee? Yeah.
You like coffee,
Great.
right?
I love it. I never had it in my life, and then I did, and I was wondering where it was and how I was missing out. And coffee's great.
Have you ever had any decaf coffee?
What's decaf?
Ooh.
Does that taste the same? It sounds.
It does taste the same. It doesn't have quite the kick, but you can enjoy the taste.
I'll try it. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's a date. You have drawn the knight card. You can add 1 relationship point to Mina.
Ooh.
So each one of my players, you are given what is called a tracking sheet. You will find it in the player handouts folder on Roll20. And on there, you can use it to document your relationship points with different NPCs. So she says, all right, well, yeah, sounds great. I'll send you a message and we can organize something.
Yeah. Actually, he takes like a bit of his hair and braids it. And he's like, yeah, I know it's kind of weird, but yeah, if you have this on you, I can easily just be in touch.
You're giving me some of your hair?
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a cultural thing. It's from where I'm from.
Yeah, that's fine. And she takes it and she holds it and she says, I actually find language and the use of magic with language absolutely fascinating. So I think this is super dope. Thank you.
Yeah. And that's the, what is it called?
The hex
totem.
blood totem thing. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
I know how hex bloods work, and I know your other option was a fingernail.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't go with that one.
Exactly. Or a tooth. No.
She's like, all right, well, you see her put it into a small pouch on her belt. She says, gotta run. Stories aren't gonna write themselves, you know.
As soon as she's like out there, he takes Brownie and just like hugs it and just like does a little twirl.
Aww.
And just swoons and just like starts skipping back to the dorm.
Excellent. As the screen fades, we see Sebastian. Sebastian, as you are making your way away, just heading on back towards your dorm, you turn a corner and you see someone waiting for you outside of your dorm building. It appears to be Kataras. He seems to be waiting. He doesn't notice you quite yet.
I think that Sebastian attempts like a very lion-like playful thing of like stalking up and like startling, which is very much like how lions would play with each other, but is maybe not quite so cute as he is a 7-foot tall lion man. But hey, it's what they did at home.
Yeah. You see Kataras, God. Okay. Yeah, you're quite stealthy here. He doesn't notice you whatsoever.
Contrast to earlier.
Yeah, I think just total determination, right? Eyes on the prize. All right, what do you want to do here? You are creeping up. What do you say?
I think it's just gonna be like pops out from the side of his vision. Boom.
Okay, I love that. All right, never whisper rolls. Dex save. Okay, 15. You see Kataras go, ha! Just kind of jump, and he stumbles over something that was on the ground next to him, but he manages to catch himself, and he manages to not completely destroy whatever it is. He goes, oh, hey, Sebastian. Nice work back there. That was really cool.
Oh,
also, you are really
you.
quiet. You are very light-footed. Wow.
I can be when I want to.
Hey, I just want to say thanks with this. And he bends down, he picks up what he tripped on, and it is a jar of pickled onions. And he holds it out to you.
Sebastian will take the jar and like kind of look around like I need a thing. Are there any like nearby plants?
There is just a bush.
I think he's gonna use Druidcraft and make a little like flower bloom on it, and then like pick the flower and hand it to Kataras.
What color is it?
Let's say it's red. That's probably easiest to see it in like dark light, low light.
Mm-hmm. He seems a bit uncertain as you hand it to him. He's like, "Oh, thanks. Wow, that's pretty cool." I
don't know a lot of spells. It's one of the few that I'm pretty good at.
Well, I really appreciate it. You know, and he kind of like turns the flower in between his fingers, kind of making it twirl a bit. There is beauty in nature. There is something to be said about the symmetry of flowers. I am quite fascinated by this. I'm actually a Quandrix hopeful.
Oh, you must be really smart.
He just rubs the back of his neck and he puts the flower like over his ear, just kind of tucking it in between his hair. He goes, well, you have to study a lot if you're going to be in Quandrix. Math. Woo! Who would have, growing up, I didn't think that math would be as hard as learning magic, but I don't know why I chose to do this to myself. Math and magic.
Yeah, I'm taking the intro to computation something.
Oh, hey, I'm in that class. They haven't started the course yet, but maybe we'll be in the same session.
Well, hopefully. It's kind of been scaring me.
Well, hey, how about this? If you need a study partner, I'll see if I'm available. You have drawn the knight card.
Hey.
You can add
Awesome.
1 relationship point.
Nice.
How's that sound?
That would be excellent.
All right.
Are you gonna study for the magical physiologies test?
Ooh, no. I actually have to participate in a play tonight.
You're in a play?
Yeah, I'm gonna be starring as Legolas, the dwarven archer man.
Oh. Do you think there would be tickets left?
I can get you backstage if you want.
That would be fun.
Yeah, you wanna come hang out with us?
Absolutely.
All right, you want to head over there right now? We've actually got look, you can bring the jar. We can have some together, and we can go to the pre-party.
That sounds great.
Okay, mechanically, this is going to count as, I will explain more in a little bit, but this is going to count as skipping studying if you commit to it.
Yep.
Okay. Kados is like, great, all right, let's follow me. And he begins to lead you over towards the live action role-playing guild.
I'm in that.
Yeah, so you know exactly where he's taking you. I love it. Okay. As the screen fades, we see Alistair. Alistair, as you make your way back into your room, you notice that there's a package on your bed. It is wrapped very neatly in this very thick, dark paper, and there is some twine that has been delicately tied around it.
I'm gonna look around, unsure if this is really supposed to be for me, and I'll approach it and open it.
Okay. Pick 1 or 2.
2.
2? Okay. As you open it up, you see that there is a shield in this package. It is kind of like a buckler, so it is a bit on the smaller side, and it is mostly circular in shape. There is a skull just emblazoned onto the front of it. And it has this sort of dark purple veneer on it. It has a bit of a opalescence to the metal.
Do I recognize this as an artifact or something I may have seen before? Is there any anything that would lead me to believe it's from something? I don't know.
Go ahead and roll me either an Arcana check or a history check. You'll get different information, but you have to pick one.
Okay, I'll go with Arcana because I like it.
Okay, 16. All right, with the 16, this shield is definitely magic.
Hmm.
You are immediately able to identify it as the shield +1.
Oh. Oh,
As to the origin of it, you have no idea.
interesting.
It is a mighty gift.
Seems magical items are just falling out of the sky at this point. I'll take it. I'm just gonna add it to my bag.
Yeah, you have drawn the key card.
Oh,
Again.
thank you.
A nice +1 shield to go with your +1 dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Okay. And the screen fades to black. Sulmash. As you get to your room, you find a tray on your nightstand, and it has a silver dome on the top, hiding whatever is underneath it on the tray.
Oh no.
Can I just lift it up a little bit and peek under?
Yeah, as you do, you see there's a single cup underneath.
Let's see what's in this cup. I'm just going to take the dome completely off.
Okay, as you remove the dome, you see that it looks as if inside of the cup, it's just a regular coffee cup. Inside there is this sort of dark liquid that swirls on its own, and it looks as if there's a galaxy inside of it. And there is a small note next to the cup, and as you pick it up to look at it, in a very fine script, it says, "To help you with your exam." And it's not signed. You don't know who this is from.
This is either going to be from a friend or it's going to be from Quincy, who doesn't like me calling him Quincy. I'm just going to drink it.
Okay. As you drink it, we see this very, very close-up shot of your eyes, and it kind of zooms in on your eyes, and we see little galaxies forming over your irises. You have drawn the Vizier card. You can ask any one question, and then I have to give you an answer truthfully and forthcoming. Do you want a minute to think about it?
Yes.
Okay. So we see the screen fade to black, and then we cut forward to exam time.
Oh.
So the way that the exams work, there are going to be two phases. There's the studying phase and there is the testing phase. We are currently in the studying phase. Sebastian, you skipped studying. You do not get any kind of benefit here. For everyone else, you can also skip studying if you want to go do something else with your evening. But your other options are going to be pulling an all-nighter, studying just regularly by yourself, or you can study with a buddy. So, Iban, what do you want to do?
Studying with a buddy. I'll invite Mina for that coffee. Be introduced to decaf. Pretend to really like it because Mina suggested it. And study while getting to know this person.
Okay. Yeah, Mina seems to be taking the studying very seriously. So if Iban at any point is like asking too many personal questions, she's like, but the Slotty.
Actually, it's because Iban, as much as he's interested to know Mina, Iban is like very studious.
Okay, cool.
So
I think like the vibe as the two of them are studying, it seems pretty like parallel. Like you are both like just flying through this and you're kind of like flashcards to each other and just absolutely nailing it.
It would have been like the first 10 minutes was like, oh, how's the rest of the night? Like, tell me more about yourself. And then it fizzles out to just silence where they just are just like reading.
Yeah, you just
like
hear the tick tock of a clock and just pages like turning. Excellent. Okay, by studying together, you will get advantage on your ability check here. So the way this works during the studying phase, you will do one roll. You can only make this one time, but you get to choose the ability that you want to use, your skill. So for example, if you wanted to like create a series of mnemonic devices, you could roll like a performance check. You could do a sleight of hand if you want to like create reminding gestures with your hands as part of like a spell or something. So you can use literally any ability, any skill here.
I'll go with history.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me a history check. You need to beat a exam information. Where are you? Exam. Okay, you need to beat a 12.
13.
Okay, very good. Yeah, so you find that the effort here with Mina does help quite a bit. The environment is a little less chaotic. You don't have giant frogs just interrupting your session whatsoever. And at the end of the night, Mina closes her book. She says, "All right, good luck. Stay on the decaf, get some good sleep, and I'll see you tomorrow in class."
Yeah.
And then she runs away. Very good. Alistair. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, he just melts in his seat.
Oh, two nerds just reading about these demonic frog lizard things. Excellent. Alistair, what would you like to do? Your options are study, pull an all-nighter, study together, or skip.
I think Alistair is actually slightly concerned about where these magical items keep coming from, but he would stay up all night as he does not need to sleep.
Oh, yes. Okay. Dang.
Reborns, man.
Okay. So, you will have to do a roll for me. You get to choose any skill, any ability. What would you like to do?
I think just to get the most out of it, he would probably do a persuasion check. He might actually wander, and his maybe it'd be more deception because he really doesn't care much about other people. But he would go around, maybe see anyone studying outside in the late hours, and just try to get a bit of information from them, maybe give them a little back and forth about their day, but just seeking information that he might not understand totally.
Okay, that's perfect. Go ahead and roll a deception roll.
Okay.
Okay, 17. You pass wonderfully. Because you pulled an all-nighter, you get 2 re-rolls. Normally, this gives you a level of exhaustion, but you don't need to sleep. So I think that you just get that. That's pretty wild.
I'll take it.
Okay, so make sure you note that you have 2 re-rolls.
All right.
All right, Sulmash, what would you like to do? Would you like to study, pull an all-nighter, study together, or skip?
I'll just study alone, just looking through my textbooks, and then anything I feel is important, I'll just write it in poetry form.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Do you want to do a performance check with that? What kind of role do you want to do? You get to choose.
I'll go performance for that.
Okay. You want to beat a 12. 18, you smash it. Absolutely. You get 1 re-roll that you can use during the testing phase.
Okay.
All right. We see everyone gathered together inside of a classroom here. And at the very front of the class is Professor Varelda Lang. You see her dressed in the colors of Witherbloom, and she's a respected arcanobiologist. She is a dryad with long, weeping vines for hair, and she has a very small set of spectacles on her wooden nose. And she says, "All right, everyone, thank you so much for attending it. We seem to have perfect attendance here today. This test will be in 2 phases. We will have the Slod Facts multiple choice, and we will finish with the Diffusing Slod Confrontations short essay. Good luck, everyone. Keep your eyes on your papers, and please do not cheat. If you cheat, you will be sent to detention, and you may be academically suspended. It is a very, very terrible thing to do. Do not cheat. Don't do it. All right? You have 3 hours. Good luck, everyone. You may begin now. All right. Ivan. Choose.
I'm using my nat 20.
Okay. do you want to use it on... So the way this works is we're going to do 2 rolls, right?
Okay.
Um,
We're going to do 2 rolls here. You can choose to use any rerolls.
You do also get to roll and then choose to use your 20, right?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Let me roll first.
Yeah, okay. So as you kind of open up the exam and you're looking at the multiple choices, there's questions about red, blue, green, gray, and Death's Lottie. I need an Arcana check from you.
That's an 8.
Do you want to use your nat 20?
Yeah, I'll use my nat 20.
Okay, you use your nat 20 here. Describe to me how you ace this part of the test.
This dweeb just remembers the whole night. just like keeps like recalling.
Yeah.
And he just like goes about the test as usual.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, so you fly through it. It just all comes to you in perfect memory. And then we see the camera slide over to Alistair. Slod facts, multiple choice, Arcana check.
Alrighty.
Okay, 17. Absolutely. You also fly through this with no problem whatsoever. Sulmash.
Yes.
Slod facts, Arcana check. That's a nat one. Oh no. So you do have one reroll. You can use it now if you want, but you can't use it for the written exam.
That's fine. I have a plan for the written exam. I'll do the reroll now.
Okay, go ahead and roll again. 15.
Much better.
Much better. Okay. Yeah, I think like perhaps you're going through it and then you realize halfway through like, oh, I got too mixed up, and you go back and you change your answers and you pass that part. Very nice. Okay, Sebastian, you had the most wonderful night last night. There was music, there was dancing, there were hot makeouts on stage during like one part where Legolas and Gomli they just really just got twisted up on stage. It was smoking. But you don't have your notes and you didn't study. So in front of you is a piece of paper with a bunch of multiple choice questions. Arcana check, please. That's a 7.
I have a reroll.
Do you want to use it?
I think so.
Okay. 16. Okay.
Okay,
Woo!
much better.
Very good.
Since I know the people watching don't have the rolls visible, he is a -1 to Arcana.
Yeah. Very, very good. Okay. Yeah, so we see everyone like flip the page and you see diffusing Slod confrontations. And there's a prompt at the very top and then a blank page with a bunch of lines for you to write. Freestyle. All right. Iban, roll me an insight check.
Oof.
This essay is about commonly accepted ways to keep Slotty calm during unexpected encounters.
6.
Ooh, okay.
He draws a slotty.
I love it. Okay.
He draws a
Is it at least
slotty,
asleep, so that
and
way
he
it's
just
calm?
like points to the arrows like, "Don't touch, don't touch, don't touch," and like run away.
I love that so much. Okay, Alistair. Insight check.
Okay. That was bad. I'm going to use one of my rerolls.
Okay. Turn that 10 into a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Yes. Okay. Absolutely crush it. What does this look like? What do you do?
I think at first, like, I'm still very distracted by the random magical weapons, and also just the ooze. But as I focus up, kind of seeing a lot of people sweat, and I just do what I have to do, get it done.
Excellent. Yes. Nothing breaks your focus. Sulmash.
Yes.
You need to write about commonly accepted ways to keep Slotty calm. What would you like to do? Insight check?
I'd like to use my card. Get the right answer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All of a sudden, nobody sees this, but your eyes, they turn into small galaxies as you use the Vizier card to get you the very answer to this question. I think perhaps we can narratively say that as you took the T, you just somehow knew this was going to be the question, so you already have your answer figured out by the time you're writing it down. So we're just going to go ahead and give you a natural success there.
Nice.
Okay, Sebastian, you have to write a lot of words about keeping animals calm. Insight check. That's a 5.
I think that Sebastian probably just writes, "Ask them nicely?" ?
I love that so much.
That'll do it.
Okay, there is a heavy tension in the air as all of you finish your tests and you put them all into a pile, and Professor Varelda Lang collects each and every one of them. She says, "All right, well, you will all have your results by lunchtime. You may return to ask about it later. Thank you so much, and I appreciate that not a single one of you cheated. I had my eyes on you. I actually had a few flowers up on the walls, keeping eyes as well. Very good, everyone. Nothing escapes me." All right, go along. And as everyone is ushered out, the four of you just kind of like conveniently hang out for a second in front of the classroom.
How did everyone do?
How do you calm down a slutty?
Put it down, lonely.
I panicked.
Oh,
I took too much time at the multiple choice and I panicked.
didn't get enough studying in last night?
Oh no, I had enough studying. It's just, yeah.
Huh.
He just like has like a weird like grin, and he's just like, ah.
Lots of studying, I am sure.
Mhm.
I went to a play.
No one studied, huh?
I studied.
Oh. And you did well too then.
I'd like to think so. At least a B.
Oh, I guess that's all it takes.
I still think you can talk to them.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
As the group of you are kind of hanging out here, you see Mina come out, and she waves at the group of you. "Hey everyone, I think I did pretty well. Yeah. Did you
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks again. Hey, did you ever find out what that stuff was? The strange liquid? Do you have any
Oh,
leads?
I
Did
was
you ever
about
take
to-
out the little notebook again?
I take out the vial. I was about to ask the teacher
Oh.
because this might be something.
Oh.
You
Not a bad
said
idea.
it was sweet but oily?
Yeah.
I think Professor Lang also teaches Arcana botany, so maybe she knows something about the ingredients.
Well, it's either one of two things. It could be a concoction used like with plants used, or it could be some form of bodily secretion. So either or, I think we're gonna get some answers.
Well,
Yeah.
then let's ask her.
Do we go ask her now? She kind of like peering into the glass of the door. She's kind of busy grading the papers.
She said to come back later for our grades, right?
Yeah.
We could come back then, because then we know she's ready to talk to us.
I feel like we're going to have another run-in with whatever this is before we get to that point. Doesn't seem to take very long to spread.
I mean, if you said that this happened a while back with a mimic,
Yes.
I don't know what that is, but it could spread. I think the sooner the better.
I agree.
Furious scribbling of a mage hand quill on her notebook.
I don't
So,
mind talking to her.
awesome. You're gonna talk to her now?
Why not?
All right. Okay. She opens the door for you. Good luck.
Okay, I'll go in.
Okay. As you do, Varelda Lang is currently sitting at her desk, and you see that there are a number of vines like moving about, moving the papers, and scribbling notes as she is multitasking the various exams. And as you come up, you see all the vines just flatten the papers and kind of leaves begin to sprout and obscure all of the answers and the grades. And she looks up at you. What is it that you wanted, Alistair?
Oh, I apologize, but student safety might be on the line, so I figured I should come talk to you as soon as possible.
Oh, well, of course. What's the issue?
I'm sure you heard of the mimic incident in the lobby.
I heard there was a riot and someone was dressed up as a mimic.
Did you hear about the incident in this? Were we in the study hall or with the frogs?
Oh, well,
Don't worry.
I was by a pond, and there were frogs throwing up this thing, and maybe you want to check it out.
You see her reach a woody hand out and take the vial as you offer it. She shakes it a bit. Well,
Sweet.
You ingested it.
Not by choice.
Oh. All right. Sorry. Very well. I can run a number of tests on it. It will have to wait, though. It is of dire importance that I do the fate of all the students. I will look into it. Just leave it with me. And with a gentle clink, the glass touches her desk.
Maybe, for our goodwill and commonwealth, maybe we could get some extra credit for some people.
Get out.
Okay.
Get out. Get out.
Well,
I'm going to start removing points from your exams. Each and every one of you. 5.
I'm
I'm
walking
out.
out. I'm walking out, but do I get the sense that she did know what was going on in the lobby?
Insight
Or that
check.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my natural 20.
Okay, very good. Anybody else that wants to use an insight check can also do that. But Alistair, you absolutely get the sense that she doesn't know what this is. She has never seen it before. And she's actually seeming to brush it off a little bit because she's kind of putting it literally to the side.
Right. Okay. I leave. I don't hang around.
Okay. Yeah, she's still counting. Go ahead.
How did it go?
Not well, but she's going to look into it. So I guess that's the best case scenario for now. Yeah. Might have got some of your points deducted on your test. So sorry.
On my test?
Well, she said everyone. I think she was looking into the hallway. I don't know.
I don't know. She's probably lying. Anyway, anybody want some coffee?
That's a great idea. Mina looks to Alistair. I actually have a few questions, if you don't mind. I am an investigative journalist for the Strixhaven Star. And I'd love to hear about this first incident that you experienced.
The one at the school or getting to the school?
What? And then we just see like a fade to black as she just furiously takes notes about everything. So later on, the group of you get in your results. Sulmash, you absolutely crushed it. So, in your Strixhaven tracking sheet here, you will see that there is a section for your exams. The way that this works is that on your report card, year number 1, your first exam is for the slotty. For rerolls, this number of rerolls that you had, D4s. You get 2 D4s here. This is something called a student die. Because you aced both exams, you get student dies. These are die 4s that can be used to add to any ability checks that you make in the future. So for example, whatever the check is, if I say do an Arcana check, because you passed the first part of the exam, you have this D4 for Arcana that you can use anytime you want for this year. So in your Strixhaven sheet for D4s, you write 2, and the skills associated are Arcana and Insight.
All right.
Alistair, you also aced both sides of the test. So you also get 2 D4s, and the skills are Arcana and Insight.
And that goes into year 1.
Yeah, year 1, number 1 is Slotty.
Okay, so Slotty.
Sebastian, you passed the multiple choice, but you failed the exam. So you get 1 D4, and the skill associated is Arcana. And that's the same for you, Eban. You failed. Yeah, we have this scene of Varelda Lang turning to your essay and just seeing the picture of the Slotty, and she just goes, first
Just a
years.
grumpy Slotty. And it just says, just run.
And she's like, first years. And she just big red marker, just 0. So you do get 1 D4 for Arcana.
Or maybe she circled it to say this is right.
We don't know.
Yeah, the scene just cuts to black way too fast. We don't get a clear, concise answer here. And we see one last image of Varelda Lang. As she's packing up for the day, she begins to step out of her classroom, and the vial is left on her desk. She seems to forget about it. And that is where we're going to end the session for today.
Teachers, man.
Can't trust them with anything.
Right?
This is why the students are always in danger.
Excellent. Love it.
Yes, Matthew?
Just because I'm running Strixhaven myself for a group, passing one section and failing the other is a pass on the test, not a failure.
Yes. So you do overall pass the test itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nobody has outright failed. You have had a passing grade. Sulmash and Alistair, you had aced the test.
Okay.
Nice.
Understood.
So you got gold stars stickered right onto your exams.
Yeah.
And it
Gold
was
stars.
Insight and Arcana that we got the rolls for?
Yes.
Okay. Making sure.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's the same 2 things you had to roll for in the test.
Mhm.
Right.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you so much for the show of support and all the nat 20s and the card draws that we had for everyone. Definitely
awesome.
came in clutch and definitely helped us. We're gonna go around, tell us about who you are, and tell us what your favorite part of today's episode was. And we're gonna go ahead and start with Dirge.
Cool. I'm Dirge 14th. I am playing Alistair, the reborn warlock undead, and you can find me on Twitch and Twitter by the same tag, streaming games, lots of Elden Ring. My favorite part of the episode was probably just the frog actual race. That was pretty funny. As much as my character didn't seem to like it, I loved it. That was fun.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. Kaido, what was your favorite part?
Yeah, I don't know.
There were so many good parts.
Is there
Hang
any
on, there was-
particular part
there-
that you enjoyed more?
I mean, just the fact that we have someone with a caffeine addiction right now is just kind of
Getting me going. I'm loving it.
Oh, man. Wow. Are we going to have to create a mechanic for caffeine addiction?
Oh no.
And then on top of that, just now he's trying to crush on some girl who's introducing him to decaf, and we'll see how that turns out with him.
I love that. Thank you so much. This was your first time playing with us as a community. Did you have a good time?
Oh, I had a blast. It was pretty good.
Good balance between roleplay and combat. So,
Always nice to have that.
Awesome.
And then, of course,
you know, the bonus of I actually got a good card as my first one.
yeah,
Loving
yeah.
that.
Pretty amazing to get a card that just gives you an answer when you're about to have an exam. That's
Right.
pretty
Right.
dope. Who sent you the cup? We'll have to find out next time. Maybe. I don't know.
Turns
Someone
out
keeps.
Quincy does actually like me.
Maybe. Next we have Fabian.
Hey, I'm Fabian. You can catch me at Rockets and Pens for my comic stuff. I believe this month I did a cover for a book called Speed Republic, so if you want to check that out. And for my streaming stuff, go to Going Crit RPG at Twitch. I play in a City of Mist game every Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. My favorite part definitely was Legolas. I am imagining a dwarf in fishnets.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely my favorite part.
Absolutely. Just hardcore making out with Gomli.
Yeah.
Gomli
Is
the
Gomli
elf.
like is Gomli supposed to be like a combination of Gollum and Gimli?
Yes.
It is
Gomli is a hairless elf that is like kind of a beefcake. Just like
Okay.
got that V body, right? Just like, have you seen like the meme about like the super swole like Doge? You have like the small baby
Yeah.
Doge and the big like, yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, the Doge that skipped leg day.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Oh my god. All right. Thank you so much. Then we have B Street Holmes.
Hey guys, I'm Matthew, or as I'm found most places on the internet, B Street Holmes, Twitter and Stella Luna's Discord and all that. On Monday nights at 10, I do a show called Nights of Nerdvana on YouTube. Come check us out. We do nerdy news aplenty. And I think my favorite part was Eben and Sebastian both like kind of being proficient at flirting and kind of being clueless at the same time. I think that was just so wonderful.
Yeah,
love
somehow have a simultaneous negative and positive modifier to your charisma. I have no idea what's going on there, but
I love
loving
it.
this adventure so far.
I love it. Especially because, like, I don't know about you, but, like, you know, when you talk to someone that you like, it definitely feels like a seesaw, right? You say some stuff and you're like, that hits, that slaps. And then you say something and you're like, ooh, I
100%.
should shut the fuck up now, you know?
Rewind. There's the
You are the most beautiful flower in a field of wildflowers. Yeah, I eat sometimes.
Another thing
Nailed
that
it.
hasn't been pointed out, which is funny, is that Ivan is in a sea of tall people.
Yup.
He stands 5'6", and everybody is just like 6, 7, 8 feet tall.
Yup.
Don't worry, I'll shrink myself down for you, Nitsun.
Oh, I love it. I love being.
I
the
grew
shortest
up for
person
the
in
lion. I'll
room.
shrink down for you. It's fine.
Small but fierce.
Short king.
We love it. And then like the after credit scene, we have another zoom in still of Ebon with the feeding plate and Brownie just pecking away. And that is where we're going to end today. I'm Stella Luna. If you had a good time here, please consider giving us a follow if it's your first time. That is a free way that you can support this content and get notifications for content like this. You can play in this game if you want. All you have to do is join the Discord, and then we'll point you in the right direction. You don't even need a camera. All you need is a microphone, and just be willing to collaborate with other people. That's it. We'll teach you how to play. It's a easy super thing. We're level 1. Actually, we're level 2 now. You all level up after doing this exam.
Yay!
I'm level
Yay!
3.
You're level 3. Yes.
My first level up of the campaign. Let's go.
Woo!
I can multi-class now.
Woo, yay! Level up hype. So I'll be back here tomorrow with our variety gaming stream. Otherwise, our next D&D session will be Witchlight, which B Street Holmes will be joining me in on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we have Unbound at 9 p.m. on Friday, which will be our thirsty, kissing gods, slaying monsters. I got that backwards. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Strixhaven will be back on Sunday at 5 p.m. Bye-bye, everybody!